Okay, so we're learning the Komara on Purim. It's a very important piece, which, I mean, there's really no words for how incredibly essential this Komara is. It's the Komara that I find I work very much with every year. It's so important, share with a lot of people. And it's practically speaking how to get into the Avodah of Purim. It's very easy to go through Purim and you're drinking and you're eating the Megillah and you're this and you're that, and it seems like a little bit, you see people find themselves, they feel lost. They don't feel any aura, any illumination, it's just a busy time. You're busy, you're running to the Megillah, you're running here, you're running there, you're running, it's over. Okay, you're there, you drank, you didn't drink, what are you eating a meal, what are you trying to do with Purim? So the Komara really gives us a mafteach, the key to understanding this Avodah. And what the Komara says, he brings from that read that really on Purim is a huge, tremendous or. It's a very big illumination. And like we spoke about last week, the Komara says that Mordechai was the Mardachia, right? Mordechai was the Madror, right? Madror. That's this, right? That's one of the components of the Shevet HaMishcha, right? Like we see in our parsha, and that was what Mordechai was. That was Mordechai's bechina. Right, so the Targum explains it, Mar Dror, this bechina of this freedom, literally it means more dror, it could also mean, like, Mar Dror means it's freedom that's in bitterness. So when you want to access the or of Purim, he said if you want to get into Purim, the way to do it is to know and to expect bitterness. That's how you do it. You have to be ready for the bitterness. He said, because the Komara asks, he said, okay, Purim, you get this incredible or, and Bez Hashem, we'll see tomorrow about the deeper, hopefully the deeper connotations. Like the bottom line is a person who is in a far place spiritually, there's a special protection on him. He has a special deep protection, and on Purim we get it anyway. Haman saw that we were in a far place, far from the Gula, although really we were at the beginning, right about the time of the Gula. And he figured it's going to stay this way, and I can mess them up, kill Mordechai, represent this big or protecting Jewish people, and deal with them. And it was the opposite. Worked opposite way. Why? Because usually when you're not defenseless, so you don't get this or. Again, we'll see tomorrow. Like, what is this or? What does this mean? Okay, good question. But the bottom line is, when you're not defenseless, you don't get this or. The or is harder to access. Purim, you get the or anyway. Even though you're not defenseless, you're okay. You're not in a far place. You get the or. You get this incredible illumination. You get this incredible. So the Komara says, wait a minute. What anybody in Russia is going to get this big or, this tremendous illumination. You can do anything. There was a story with a certain Rebbe. This Rebbe appointed someone to be the Purim Rav, and everyone was drunk, or close enough. And the Rebbe asked him three things in the generation. He said he wants parnasa for Klal Yisrael. He wanted to get rid of. There was a problem in the crops, and get rid of this, and parnasa for Yidden or something. And the third thing was get rid of. There was a Pesachya Gius. He had to be drafted in the Russian army, and Nachman worked very hard to nullify it. He said put it off. It was very, very hard thing. Kids, the Cantonists, they were taken from their families, and they were stolen for 40 years. People literally cut off their limbs, like a finger or something, so the kid would not be eligible. Take a kid at 9 years old and rip them away from the family and see him again at 40. It was very rare for somebody to get through this time and go back to being a Jew. And I have my great-great-great-great-grandfather was a Cantonist, and he was snatched, and 40 years old, he got out of the Russian army, he right away went back to Yiddishkeit, and right away got married, and he didn't remember his last name, because he was 7 or 8 when they took him, so he didn't know his last name, he knew his first name, and they called him Bruce. That was the way it was. I believe, maybe not, maybe he did know it, maybe, I'm not sure. I heard such a thing, I'm not 100% sure that that's exactly correct. They called him Bruce maybe because it was his son he sent out of Russia, so his son shouldn't have to go through what he did. He sent him to a foolish family, never saw him again. So I'm not sure. I heard such a thing that they mamish forgot his name. I'm not sure. It was normal for them to forget the name. Very normal. The Chavetz Chaim was mechazik these people. They held on to the 40 years, and the guy's back to Torah mitzvahs. Nothing more chashav. It's unbelievable how important it is, how special it is, how great it is. It's a tremendous self-sacrifice to go through this crazy difficulty and then just say, no, I'm a Jew. I don't care, no matter what. So this Purim Rav said no. That I won't do it. And the Rebbe is asking him and begging him. All the Chassidim are very upset. Like this jerk, this little guy is not saying yes to the Rebbe, pretending to be Purim Rav. And he would, no, that's impossible. Don't ask me anymore. Finally got up and said, don't ask me anymore. And everything he said happened. He didn't say. And I told him, why did you let? He said, I don't remember anything. I don't remember. It's like they bring this story to illustrate that even a Pashto Yid, you have a tremendous koach on Purim. Tremendous koach on Purim. So the question is, how do you act as a Pchad Mar? Like, so any Rosh is going to say, you make me a billionaire, become a billionaire. He'll throw down all his enemies. Like, what is this? You have such a koach. So he said, no. Mar, draw. You want the draw, you want the freedom, the koach. You have to deal with the bitterness with humility. And that's Purim. And that's why every Purim is very hard to connect to, because there's bitterness here. There's bitterness, and the way to deal with it, don't be surprised. There's bitterness. What is this? No, this is the way it is. This is how it is, and you have to do your best. The more you're able to deal with it with humility and with simcha, despite the difficulties, that's how you're going to be able to connect to the Or of Purim. That's the first thing, and that is mamish, the avodah of Purim. Being ready. I mean, Rei Nachman Bechlal says that every day you have to know there's ups and downs, like every day, that's the map. You're going to have to face difficulties, and you have to overcome them, and you got to be strong. You got to be strong. You know, I always like to say from the phone, the truth, right? We were speaking before, Purim, Reb Nosson says, every Jew knows in Purim, you have to be happy no matter what. And this is the same idea. It's not always easy to be happy. That's what it seems like. Jews know, Purim, you have to be happy. You feel happy, you have to be happy. He says, for a Brestover, it's the whole year is like Purim, and Purim even more so. Every day you have to know, you have to be happy, you're happy. So the Maisa, the point is, I need to deal with this bitterness in the right way. And we know that Mar, the opposite, is Ram, right? It's 240, like we said last week, that's Amalek. Ram and Mar is Amalek. The bitterness is from Amalek. You have to get through Amalek in order to get this Kabbalah Torah, this special thing, and then you have a Mordechai Koyach. And it's part of what we drink for. One of the reasons we drink is just to get to this place of Ad Yoda. This place of bittul to Hashem. There's much more to talk about. There's so much to speak about. This Indian of what is the drinking about. But the Maisa, the Indian is this bechina of this Ad Yoda. You get to this place of Lo Yoda. So the Chiddush says you have incredible koyach on Purim. He says, so I don't understand, why do you drink? You're gonna lose your das. She says, no, it's kedai. If Hashem wants you to do it, it's mamish kedai. He said, you do it, it's better than having all your koyachas. There's an Indian if you can. If you're not, it's taking a bris, a big thing if you can. There's a discussion, but pashtis, a person is not supposed to overdo it. You're not supposed to hurt someone else or embarrass someone else. You're not supposed to vomit if possible. It's not the people. The best would be mechazik people. Oh, you never right? They take in. And take in the koyach, the other side, and then it vomits it out. But you want to pick up the sparks. You want to do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to. Rav Nosson says in another place, you're a shikr. When a person doesn't have das and he's shikr, when he's really drunk, he can't stand on his two legs. He's falling. Why? It's because that's the animal taking over. He's losing his humanness. He's missing something's missing there. You want to stand straight. You want to have das. T-rosh. The Gemara says T-rosh or T-rash. Why is it called T-rosh? Right? So it's either T-rosh, either be head and connect in a way in very high places, or T-rash, be destitute and lose everything. Yain is going to your sword. Who you really are comes out with the yain. So you have to know. I'm fond of saying from the Yisrael Salanter, there was a certain one of the Gdol Yisrael, so Yisrael Salanter on Purim, he would say, Purim you can get more than Yom Kippur. The Zohar said, it's Mams Kipshuto. When people, when it was mean, Yom Kippurim, Purim is higher. He's like, it's pashit. When you're connecting to Purim, the emes, you can get much more than Yom Kippur. And that's what he was. He came, he was stone drunk, and he was just saying Kiddush Torah, mechazik people. Unbelievable. And, the brachas and mechazik, very interesting. And one of the Gdol Yisrael was there, he's like, it's not pashit to, it's not so pashit to get to this place, like you Yisrael Salanter, everyone should get drunk. You have to keep on, you have to keep connected. It's not so simple. You have to know for yourself what you need to do, how you need to do. We know that Amal says, you drink something, you go to sleep, that's something I always do. Always you would say, they're drunk, you see where you are and how you are. You have to make sure to keep the dust. Don't lose the or and the connection. Below the drinking. The drinking is just a way to get to where you need to get to. But the most important thing is to realize there's bitterness. We know Rav Naftali Amsterdam was feeling very broken. One Purim, he went to Yisrael Salanter and he's like, what do I do? He said, Meir if I had the head of Shagasai. Meir if I had the heart of the Yisod V'Shorish Avodah. Meir if I had the midos, I guess it was, the midos of Yisrael Salanter, of your midos. Okay, then I would be be what Hashem wants. He said, but what do I have? What can I do? So Yisrael Salanter said, oh no, that's a cop-out. He said, your head and your midas and your heart, that's how you come to your greatness. Hold on and be strong. And that's for sure true. Everyone has their bitterness they have to go through, but you have to know there's got to be bitterness. Another piece of the Komara says is that Mordechai was called Pesachya. He was found in the Mishnah in Pesachya. Mordechai was called Pesachya. So Mordechai says the deeper meaning of what this is about. Why was Mordechai called Pesachya? Because all the Pesachim are open on Purim. And anything you want to open, any gate that you need to get to, he said all the tefillas of the whole year, you want to pick them up, they're picked up on Purim. Everything happens on Purim. Purim has the power to move anything. Anything. It's like an incredible, incredible day. Don't waste this day. Every second of Purim is unbelievably precious. Many Yidden stay up the whole night saying Tehillim. Other Yidden, the Cham Sefer says someone who is Megillah. The night of Purim, the whole Megillah is Muftach Lo Shunu Ben Haba. I don't necessarily mean therefore you have to learn the whole Megillah. No, like to be all pressured. The idea is whatever you can do to do and make sure and stay happy and stay connected and to know there's going to be bitterness. Don't let that take you to Ram. No Gaiva. Mar does not go to Ram. You want to get the drawer, you want to get the Mordechai Mar drawer, you get that or, you have to deal with the bitterness. And it means just going back to this place of like reminding yourself, saying, oh yeah, right, it's Purim. Yeah, expect the bitterness. Don't be, oh my gosh, what is this? It's Purim. How can I have bitterness? That's Purim. Purim is you have this bitterness and you have to deal with it. And I've met many people that this resonates very much for. It's like, yeah, Purim is like, whoa, I don't know. It's like so hard to get to the heart. It's like you have to. So it's time to learn about what Purim is. We know we have. It gives us a spontaneous koyach to have a spontaneous connection. But it's not just that. We have to know there's going to be bitterness and learn how to overcome the bitterness. That's the kitzur. So Hashem shall be zocheh Purim to be ready for any bitterness and to deal with it with a lot of anova, a lot of humility, a lot of simcha. Try to be places which are shining and good. This year in Yerushalayim, it's on Friday, which is another special, very special thing, very special challenge. Friday is always a special challenge. You know, the bechina of the Komara says that Friday is that he says that Friday is the bechina of the klipa. He says they always have to have a klipa kabbalah pri by erev by boker. He said Friday night it's all or Shabbos is all war. So when's the darkness of Shabbos? He said that's erev Shabbos. Erev Shabbos, can't read for Shabbos, and then you deal with the darkness. Chazal said this is the time for machlekes. He said, the Rebbe Melech said, I know how my Shabbos is going to be to feed the or I get erev Shabbos. He said, okay, you're not the Rebbe Melech. Most people, that's not their have darkness. His darkness was seeing how much or he got. He was a different category than most people. That's what the Komara writes. So you have to know erev Shabbos. It's a big challenge for us in Yerushalayim. But on the other hand, it's a bigger Purim. It's cumulative the or. So there's a very strong power here. You have to be careful. You have to be zocheh to deal with the bitterness the right way, to deal with it and have this inyan of anava and shiflus and simcha, just connecting and emunah, all the good things. B'ez Hashem.
Amen.